Here's my Auricon Pro 600 16mm sound on film motion picture camera. They started building these Pro 600s, I believe, in 1955 and probably stopped sometime in the 1970s. It's a self-blimped camera, which just means that it's sound insulated so that it can record audio as well as video. I couldn't find much online to help me figure out how to use this camera, so I thought I'd make this video to help out anybody in the future that may want to use an Auricon. Now here's the magazine that's used to store the film. So here's how to load it. Of course, this first part should be done in total darkness, whether that's in a room or inside of a bag. But this can't be exposed. I just did this for an example. The left side, or the front side, when it's on the camera, is where the new unexposed film is loaded. And it's put down through these light gates, light traps, as you can see here. Now after this cover is put on, the rest can be done in the light. The film I'm using here is also magnetic audio, which isn't what we would use either. And here it's put up through the right side, which is the take-up side of the magazine. So when you're doing this, just leave a loop hanging out on the bottom so that you can feed it through the camera when you load the camera. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and attach the magazine. There's a notch in the front that this has to slide into. So you want to get your film down into the camera portion first. Then mount it with the thumb screw. And now it's time to thread the camera, following the diagram that's on the door. The wheel in the center that has the notches in it is probably the most difficult part. You got to get it close and then push down on the lower lever right there and push it in so it grabs the notches in the film. And then we'll put it through the gate. The gate, you just slide behind it. It's a little bit difficult. That lower loop is important because it creates the time lag between the video and the audio that's important on playback. Here's just a close-up of the path that the film takes through the camera, where you'll need to thread it. And here's a close-up of the film after it's been threaded. Again, this bottom loop is very important for timing if you're going to be shooting audio as well. To get the take-up to work, this belt needs to be attached, as you see here. I don't know why the front magazine has got pulley at all, but you don't use it. And here's the power input. The three-prong one goes into the front port, and that plugs directly into 110 voltage. Now when you plug it in, the take-up reel will immediately take off, and it'll pull that lever that I just pushed so that the camera will start working, as you can see. The black button is on and the red button is off. And here it is running. Of course, if you're actually shooting film, the door would have to be closed, or you would expose your film. Again, that lower loop is important. I close up the door, prepare to get ready to shoot. This is the turret for 3 lenses. This came with both options for turret or just 1 lens. But to focus it, you must set the red dot to focus, and then look through the side viewer. Which is the black knob. And there you would set your aperture and your focus on the lens. It's hard to see here, but you can see the different apertures create different light levels inside. And then the focus, you can't really see it with this video, but it is focusing. Then you have to turn the turret back to run, where the red dot lines up with run. Otherwise the camera will not run. Here's the viewfinder. They made a couple different styles. Here's where the mat goes in. There's an extra mat holder. And the top has a rangefinder where it focuses by distance. So this is what you can see through it. You can see the yellow mat that's in the camera that can be changed out for different lenses. And this is the light shield. For the best video, you should use this, just held on by 2 thumb screws. At this point, the camera is ready to take video. Of course, the camera needed to be cleaned and lubricated as well. These are the 3 lubrication points inside of the camera. I just put 1 drop in each one, as that's what the manual calls for. For audio, this is the amplifier. A cord goes to the camera, and it's powered by batteries. The batteries are different configuration as the originals. Kind of have to make it work, get the right voltage in. And it's connected to a microphone at this time. You can also input other sources of audio. And this is the exposure coming up. And so this will control the bulb in the camera. And that's the volume meter with tapping on the microphone. And here's the bulb inside the camera. You can see it changes intensity as you move the dial. So I think I'm ready now for the first test of the camera with audio. And I'm going to load it up, and we'll see how it works.